Good evening, everybody. I wanted to make a little bit of follow-up to the video I made this morning about the issue as to whether or not tznius is a social construct or if it is something that is essential. And before I talk about that, I also want to make it clear that there are many other things that we do. I know it seems like maybe I'm picking on the women, talking about tznius, although tznius is an issue both for men and women. But additionally, I would say that, things like wearing a yarmulke, covering one's head for a man, that's also a thing that is essentially it's not a requirement. It goes by the standards of the community in which one is in. And a lot of things in general in Judaism go along with the community way. Meaning, if you're part of an Orthodox community where everybody covers their head all the time, so you do that. You're supposed to do that. But if you're part of another community where they don't always cover their head, there's what to say that it's not really necessary to do so. A lot of people might just cover their head when they eat, when they pray, and so forth. I'm going to say some blessings before they eat, things like that. But other people will cover their head all the time, and it's not really an essential part of Judaism to cover the head. You see in certain Sephardic communities, people who are very Orthodox, they daven 3 times a day, they learn a lot, they do everything, keep kosher, of course, Taras Mishpacha, Shabbat, everything, but they're not covering their head, and there's nothing, undue about that. They cover their head when they're engaged in religious things, and then the rest of the time, they're at work, whatever it is, they don't. And so too, a lot of people, when they're at work, they might not cover their head in the Ashkenazic communities as well. It's not really the way we think about it. So, these are not really essential things. A lot of these things really are politics. The truth is, even a lot of the issues that we have with the reform and the conservative practices, there's a great deal of those that are really politics and not really religion. And really what we should focus on are really the religious differences that we have, namely Torah min Hashamayim and other similar things along those lines, meaning the fact that they deny basic, pretty much dogmas of our faith. That's a problem. That we're not supposed to be doing, But when it comes to other things like, whether or not, even, mixeeding or even giving women a liot or having women lead prayers and things like that,